Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Jesse with Connects High Performance. Listen, if you look at the NFL Combine or the NBA Draft, there are two metrics that scouts really use to separate elite prospects from the average players: the vertical and the broad jump. Yet, most athletes treat jumping as a warm-up or an afterthought rather than a primary lift. Today, we're changing that thought. I'm going to show you why jumping is the most underrated tool in your arsenal and how to actually program it for collegiate and pro level results. That said, let's jump right into it. Okay, now I'm not just talking about doing a few extra box jumps to get your heart rate up. I'm actually referring to any movement that projects your body through space with maximal intent. Now, many coaches put all the emphasis on moving heavy weight. Well, is that helpful? Absolutely. Strength is the foundation, but strength alone isn't the finish line. You see, a heavy squat takes about 0.5 to 0.7 seconds to reach peak force. But in a game, whether you're sprinting, cutting, or rebounding, you only have about 0.1 to 0.2 seconds to apply that force. This is what we call rate of force development, or RFD. And if you only train heavy and slow, you're teaching your body to produce force eventually. Jumping teaches your nervous system to flip the switch and access that force now. So, why is it so underrated? Honestly, because it's accessible. You don't need expensive jump mats or fancy hurdles. You've been doing it since shortly after you learned to walk. And if you're a high school athlete, it's hard to imagine that something kids do at recess can turn you into a pro. But the fact is, your ability to move your center of mass as fast and as far as possible from its starting point is the purest expression of relative strength. But if you aren't jumping with high intent, you're leaving performance on the table. So, how do you actually incorporate this? You can't just go out and jump 500 times a day. You have to categorize your jumps based on your goals and your training age. So let's break it down. Level 1, foundation and resilience. If you're new to training or coming back from injury, you need to build spring with extensive plyos. Movements include jump rope, pogo hops, or low-level rhythmic hops. Now the goal here is simple: building tendon stiffness and lower limb resilience. Level 2, force absorption. You can't accelerate what you can't control. Try movements like snap downs and depth drops. The goal here is teaching the central nervous system to absorb force safely. This is so you don't blow out a knee when you land. Level 3, pure power. Think intensive and unloaded movements, like max effort vertical and broad jumps. Now, our goal here is maximum rate of force development. These must be done with 100% intent. If you aren't trying to break your own record every rep, you're just doing cardio. Level 4, the advanced athlete. Now, once you're advanced, we can use methods like contrast training. Here's a classic example. Do a heavy set of 3 squats, followed immediately by 3 maximal vertical jumps. The goal is to use post-activation potentiation, or PAP. This tricks your muscles into firing with more explosive power than they normally could. At the end of the day, college and pro scouts aren't looking for how much you can slow grind a squat. They're looking for how much ground you can cover in a split second. If you are a serious athlete, stop treating jumping as an accessory. Start ranking it as a priority. Track your inches just like you track the plates on your bar. Now, if you want to see exactly how I pair heavy lifts with jumps for my athletes, check out my video on contrast training. You can find that one right here. Thanks again for watching, and remember to train with intent, and I'll catch you in the next one.